the goal of this team tonight.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day. See you soon.
We are absolutely thrilled to welcome in a guy who's going to be a key piece in what will hopefully be a successful summer for the U.S. We welcome in now Anthony Robinson. Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Hi, thanks for the intro. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We are fantastic. Better having you on the show. Talk to us about the vibes at camp right now. How's the team feeling ahead of tomorrow?
Really good, to be honest. Obviously, everyone was getting in at different times, so some of the guys have done more training than other guys, but we're pretty much all up to the same speed now, and we're just, excited to finally get the games under our belt and start the tournament.
Jedi, any new magic tricks for this camp?
Yeah, actually, funnily enough. Don't know if I'm doing, but actually seen a few I liked, so I've been practicing them in my room.
Wait, hold up. You practice your magic? You, with somebody YouTube?
Yeah, if I see a video I like and I think I can learn the trick, I'll just do it. So I've got a deck of cards with me, and not right now. I just won't be doing that.
That's pretty sick. Anthony, I'm curious, what's the expectation level of this group? Because it seems like you've really grown together from, World Cup qualifying to, getting through a World Cup, getting into the knockout rounds, getting through the past Nations League, making it look easy. Now you have Copa America, 18 players from the World Cup team. What are the expectations? Because it seems like, Uruguay is only the real tough test of the group. But now you're playing friendlies against Colombia and Brazil. That's who you would see in the knockout round. How is the group feeling about the expectations and the pressure?
Yeah, we're under a lot of pressure. We know it's time to perform now. These two friendlies are going to be a real interesting test against very good opponents who, like you said, we're going to probably face one of these if we manage to get through the group. But these games, it will obviously be a platform to try and get a good result against top teams, building confidence, show that we can share the pitch with these guys, and then as soon as we get to Copa and it's group stages, results matter. So we'll be doing everything on the pitch to fight for the points and make sure that we get through so that we can hopefully go on and win the thing.
Anthony, going now back to Fulham now, or coming off a great season, a career season for yourself. Most interceptions across all top 5 leagues in Europe, 6 assists. What do you contribute that to your success this season? Why?
I just think, growing in confidence. Me personally, I didn't feel like I had the best start to the season. I remember going through a rough patch where I was, it just wasn't quite falling for me. And then the manager speaking to me and saying, look, just get back to, doing the things you do well correctly, doing the basics right. I remember going into the international break with the States where we played Trinidad and scoring 2 goals. And after coming back from that, I feel like it really set my season off, and I've been pretty consistent through the rest of the season. So, sometimes it takes little moments like that to regroup and get your confidence back. And thankfully I did. And yeah, I feel like I've had a pretty positive season this year.
If any, how influential was the manager Marco Silva in your success this season? Also, he was a fullback in his playing days. Would you contribute that to him? Would you give any contribution to him this season?
Massively for me, yeah. I mean, he's a manager who's really focused on details and focused on trying to how he interacts with the players, how he gets the best out of all of us, and he's been really, really good with me. He knows, he knows me well enough now after the years we've spent together. So when something's not going right, he can pretty easily identify what I need to do to fix it. And like I said, he's very detail orientated, so he's helped me develop massively, and he always instills a lot of confidence in me, which I try and repay him by giving my all whenever I'm on the pitch for him.
No, Andy, honestly, you've had a fantastic season. Someone on this desk said that he's a big fan of yours and feels that you could be as influential for the US national team as Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool right now. And someone on this desk is going to stick to saying that and believes in that.
Like yourself?
Myself, yes. I said it about you, mate. I've got faith in you, and I feel you're going to be as influential as Trent. Go on. What do you want to say to him now?
Yeah, no. I heard you the other day.
Oh, you did?
Anthony, talk to me about the matchup and getting prepared for who you're going to face on the wing. How far ahead are you looking up at that matchup, the characteristics of the players? For example, in Colombia, possibly John Arias on the wing. Are how is the team helping you scout and prepare for those matchups?
Yeah, that'll all be coming today. So through the week, we've obviously been, kind of training how we're going to play, our shape, in the attack, in the defense, doing set pieces, things like that. And then I think today, as of usual with, match day -1, it'll be the bit more, specific player orientated. We'll go through what we expect the lineup to be. And, players in each position will get given a lot of scouting information on who we could potentially be facing and how they're going to set up. So today is a lot of the details and less of the running.
Anthony, we've been going back and forth about different players, given that Sergiño Dest is out, and we've seen what he could do for you guys in terms of what he offers on the ball, off the ball. Have you guys flirted with different formations at all tactically?
Yeah, we've obviously, you've got to be prepared for any sort of scenario. When plan A doesn't work, you got to have plan B, plan C ready. So, yeah, we've been tinkering with, different players in different positions and training different formations and things like that. So, just so we're familiar with the options that we're going to have and that we make sure we're ready for any challenge we're going to face.
I really hope to see a back three. I'm just floating that out there, because I can see you being higher up the pitch, maybe in that left wing back spot, but
okay, Charlie Berhold.
I know.
Anthony, I'm really proud of how far you've come with the U.S. men's national team, given you're a supreme athletic phenomenon on that left side. But what I've seen from you over the course couple of seasons is your delivery and the different variety of services that you have on the left side. Comfortable on the ball, not panicking. When you look at how far you've come as a player, both at the club level and internationally, are you surprised at how far you've come? Are you proud of how far you've come? Or how much far do you think you can go?
There's elements of all of that. I mean, if I look back to different points in my career of where I was playing, would I have thought that it'd be possible to be where I am now? Probably not. Like, even though I've always had quite a lot of self-confidence and belief in my my work rate, my ability. There's been times where I didn't know what my ceiling was, but over the years with the national team, with club football, I've obviously had ups and downs, but the trajectory I've been on has been positive pretty much the whole time, and I've been growing and growing as a player. I've had some amazing experiences at club level, some even better ones at international level. So it's been amazing. And as for how far I can go, I just want to keep trying to go in that positive trend and keep developing as a player. And I'd like to think I've got a lot more in me. There's aspects of my game I work on every day that I'm trying to develop and get better at. So if I do keep improving, then hopefully there's not really a ceiling on where I can go.
All right, Anthony, before we let you go, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to take it off the pitch. You recently welcomed a second baby, a baby girl, and I feel like there's been this influx of U.S. men's national team babies. Tyler Adams recently became a father. So I want to know what the dad chats are like and how your conversations have changed. Since now you're a father of two, you've got all these new dads on the team. Like, do you find yourself, talking about bedtimes and what foods they're eating and that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. It's changed a lot from what time are we getting on Call of Duty to what time are you putting the kids to bed. It's becoming a real theme now. Everyone's growing up, everyone's having kids, and seeing a lot of the boys where I've come from 2018 when I made my debut all the way to now. Players like Tyler, like you said, who I've been playing with for years now. And now, even though we're still quite young, like mid-20s, we're all still having children and maturing in the game. So we've all come a long way, but I still think there is a long way for this group to go. And but yeah, back to the point about parenthood, it's amazing. You can see that everyone in the camp is a proud dad. Unfortunately, my family aren't going to be able to come out for this trip, so I'm just going to have to make it as worthwhile as it'll be the time away from them and make them proud for when I come home.
Lots of FaceTiming, I imagine, in your future. Yeah. Well, Anthony, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Best of luck tomorrow, and certainly as you guys gear up for Copa America. We can't wait to watch.
Weston, really to get this amount of time with the national team has been practicing. So how has the last week been in preparation for this weekend's game against Colombia?
It's been intense. It's been hard. But obviously, it's always amazing to come into camp and be with the guys. You know, like you said, we've never had a camp this long, so maybe get a little bit tired of some of the guys, but it's good overall, and the competitiveness is high. People are itching to start, to get some competition, and to play the game on the weekend tomorrow.
Weston, we've heard a lot from Greg and most of the players. The message is Copa America is a building stone towards 2026. But as competitors, obviously, any game, any tournament, you want to play and win it. So what are the expectations? What will be a good Copa America result-wise for you guys?
I mean, you know, the thing about our team is I don't think we're that far off from the big teams that are in this tournament or favored in this tournament. Brazil, Argentina, even Colombia. Because, you know, we have so many players at high-level clubs that play against these players week in and week out, and they show success doing it as well. So I think if we just put all the pieces together for us and are on top level coming into the tournament, I think we can. Defining success for me is always going to be winning. So yeah, I think if we come out with the trophy, that'll be successful for us.
Do you think you guys get globally on the international level on the radar because teams don't know you because you're basically stuck playing?
I think beforehand, yes. I think now, you know, even whenever I've been in my locker rooms back in Juventus and people want to compare teams and stuff, and we get a lot of guys in the locker room that say USA is a good team and a hard team to play against, and that's something that we've been working for, you know, over the past generations, not even just this one. So I think this tournament's another good step for us to showcase our talent and our abilities to the world, and yeah, change people's minds.
Weston, we hear you're a big Commanders fan. Significance of playing here in the nation's capital?
Definitely amazing. You know, I think I've only played here one time before, maybe. But yeah, definitely a Commanders fan. A little bit back more when Sean Taylor and Clinton Portis, Santana Moss, Randall, all those guys were on the field. But yeah, no, it's amazing to always come back here. My brother was born here, so it's always good to have some family friends as well. So it's amazing. Honestly, I'm more of a person that's like focused on right now, focused on the present. You start thinking about the future too much, you lose sight of the present. So we have in front of us Colombia, we have in front of us Brazil, and then we have Copa America. So I think the best thing to do is just take it step by step, one at a time, and build off of those results and just build confidence.
Being a Commanders fan, your brother being born in this area, we just learned that this game is in the top 5 most sold tickets for a U.S. men's national team in the DMV. How do you see the growth of the sport here, the growth of the sport in the country?
I think it's definitely growing. I think, you know, like I said, it wasn't something that just started last night. It's been a generational growth and something that the past generations have been working on as well. We've just been really blessed to reach a point where people are starting to get more connected. People are starting to tune in more. And so I think, you know, for it to be a big game here in the DMV area, it's important because it shows that even in the places that you maybe least expect it to be a big sport, it is growing, and we are having an impact on the people that are watching.
Hi, Christian. How are you?
Good.
We're talking about how in these friendlies, how do you toe the line between having obviously wanting to win the games and trying out for performance of what you're working towards? So how much does the result matter for you guys, and how do you toe that line?
Yeah, I think good results are always going to give you confidence going into competitions like this. I think, of course, it's easy to focus on that, but the main thing is the performance, and feeling like if we do get into a game against teams like this, which we very well might in Copa America, that we feel like we have a chance to go win the game and we perform well and put ourselves in positions to win games. So I think that's the main thing.
Christian, much has been made this young generation of U.S. players, but do you feel that you guys are coming into your prime and have that capacity to go into the latter stages of tournaments like Copa America and World Cup?
That's the goal for sure. I mean, we've grown so much. I think we've had a lot of really strong moments looking back in recent years. I mean, the World Cup some really good performances and also some disappointments where we want to go further. So I think this team has really come into its own and has come a long way from, since I started with the national team. So we're in a very good place, and the next step is going far and taking that to the next level and going far in these competitions.
We'll talk about the next level. You said the 2-year halfway mark to the World Cups. Is that something you think about, or how often do you think about the World Cup?
Yeah, it's easy to think about a World Cup on home soil is the biggest thing that we'll probably do in our career. So it's a special time. For this sport in America. It's hard to look at that as well when there's just Copa America in our country right now. So there's a lot of exciting things. We try to take it game by game and focus on what's happening now. But it's for sure a really exciting time and easy to look forward to things like that.
We just learned that this game is now the top 5 most sold tickets for this game in DMV for the U.S. men's national team. You grew up a couple hours away from here. Do you have any fond memories in D.C. and how do you notice the growth of the sport here?
Yeah, I definitely drove through this area a lot growing up. It's hard for me to just say in this area, but just in the country in general, how much I've seen it grow. So it really doesn't surprise me. It's awesome to have all the supporters that are going to be coming out and watching us here. I'll have some, a lot of family around as well, which is always great when I play in the Northeast, is always fun for me. So yeah, I can definitely feel the excitement around the games more and more as I've gotten older and I've been a part of this national team for a while.
Christian, you mentioned it's not just about the result, these friendlies, but about how you guys perform. Do you see these 2 matches against Colombia and Brazil as kind of benchmarks as you get ready for possibly, like you said, facing them again in the Copa America?
Yeah, I think that's why we're doing them. I think we haven't got a ton of experience against, South American teams and more top teams in the world. So it's going to be a really good test for us. See where we're at. We want to perform and hopefully get everyone excited in this country that we're looking strong going into Copa.
You grew up not too far from Hershey. What's your favorite thing about that area?
I was just there last week for a bit. To be honest, I just miss driving through those cornfields and around Lancaster and going to Hershey Park and I don't know, just really special memories and visiting the old fields I used to play at. That's always where my home will be. That's how I've always said it. Don't quote me.
Hey Christian, the significance of this weekend building the chemistry for the long term, coming to the World Cup down the line.
Sorry, you said just about
the significance of this weekend towards building that chemistry.
Oh yeah. It's huge for us. These games are massive for us. Like I said, we want to put on good performances and just be feeling good and going into this tournament with a lot of rhythm, a lot of confidence, and just build momentum going into it.
Thank you, Michael. It's been a productive time training. We saw the group come in waves. We had a first group of 8 to 10 players that we had some really intensive training sessions. And then as we went on and the group filled in, we were able to do full team sessions, and the team's looking good. We're excited about using both of these friendlies to gain information and to prepare for Copa America. That's it. Thank you.
We'll begin with questions and start with Stephen Goff from the Washington Post.
Greg, thanks for your time. What specifically would you like to see this team accomplish and get out of not just tomorrow, but the Tuesday match against Brazil?
So I think we're looking for our performances to give us information of where we're at. We know we're playing 2 top South American teams, and we're going to learn a lot both about our group and our opponents in these 2 games. But for us, it's about how do we go out in the field and have a good level of performance, how we go out in the field and compete, and then get the entire group ready and fit for Copa America.
Next will be Jeff Carlisle from ESPN FC.
Thanks, Michael. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Jeff.
Now that you've been able to see the guys for a few days, how is the right back situation coming together? Are you any further along in determining at least what you're going to do for these next 2 games and what you're going to look at?
For the next 2 games, we will try different looks. We're certainly going to give the natural right backs an opportunity in these games, and then we'll perhaps look at some other options. For us, we've been able to see so far in camp with the performances of our right backs, but also the other players, and really just taking it game by game, opponent by opponent.
Next will be Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Thanks, Michael. Great. Can you hear me all right?
I can.
Thanks. Josh Sargent, we were told, was load management, I think was the phrase that we were given in recent days. Can you tell us where he is and if he is still managing the load, how that affects the striker situation? Thanks.
Josh we've been training with Josh both in the gym, on the field, and he's not going to be fit to play in the Colombia game. We'll have to see if he makes it for the Brazil game, and then we'll have to make a decision if he makes it on the Copa America roster. He's had a nagging foot injury that we've been unloading him, then giving him some more, and then we've been, testing him just to see where he's at. And, for us, it's about how do we get him ready and prepared in a good way, and then make a decision if he'll be available.
Next will be Doug McIntyre from Fox.
Thanks, Michael. Greg, thanks for doing this as always. You mentioned trying different looks. How do you balance sort of experimenting, for lack of a better word, a little bit in these 2 games, and also having some continuity, heading into the tournament? Those 2 competing.
I don't think it's too difficult. I mean, we're going to try a couple things, but in general, the group is going to be, consistent, and we'll put out a strong lineup tomorrow. And we'll put out a strong lineup against Brazil. There probably won't be a ton of changes in those lineups, and we'll move towards, building a team, to compete against Bolivia. But we want to use this as an opportunity. We want guys to be competing for positions. That's really important. We're going to make all 6 subs in both games and give guys opportunities to show that they can be starters, when it comes time to play Bolivia on the 23rd.
Next is Ron Blum from the Associated Press.
Hey, Greg. Both you and a bunch of the players have mentioned that the Copa America is not a be-all and end-all in itself, that the ultimate goal is getting ready for 26. How does that manifest itself in what you do and what you ask of the players?
Well, I mean, I think, personally, Ron, I think that Copa America is essential to the growth of this group. And I believe this is a very important tournament for us as a team. This is, the last major tournament before the World Cup. We'll have Gold Cup, but the caliber of teams does not match Copa America. When you think about, the big 4 teams that are in this thing, in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Colombia, we're playing 2 of them pre-tournament, 1 of them in tournament, and we can potentially face them again as we march throughout the tournament. So this is a big tournament for us. And, it is a building block in which to go into the World Cup confident. So I think this can build a tremendous amount of momentum amongst the group. It can bring confidence to the team. So, we're treating this seriously, and we want to put in good performances.
Next will be Michele Giannone from Univision.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Greg. I wanted to follow up on Josh's situation.
Okay.
Because if he can't make Copa America, would you feel comfortable going with Balo, Pepe, and Hadji, given that Hadji can play as a 9? But you mentioned that you see him as a winger too. So in your mind, are you thinking another winger, moving Hadji as a 9, or giving another 9 a chance? Thank you.
Yeah, so Michele, those are all things that we would discuss. Right now we have 27 players in camp. So there's also the likelihood that we just stick with the 26 if Josh can't go. The other option would be to look outside this player group and look for someone on the prelim roster to replace Josh. And it's a bridge that we'll cross when we get to it.
Next will be Charlie Bone from MLSsoccer.com.
Hey, Greg, you mentioned the number that you have. We, from the outside, perceive that Timmy Tillman is kind of trying to earn a spot. And I wonder if he has a shot to make the squad, and how he's performed, and what it's like having him and his brother in the same camp.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers, of course he has a shot. And, we like Timmy. We like what he did in the Giant camp. We think he's a very smart soccer player, very good soccer player. He's done well for LAFC this season, and he absolutely has an opportunity to make this roster. For us, seeing brothers in camp is always interesting. You look for their interactions. You look how, do they sit next to each other every opportunity they get. But, they've been kind of independent, and I really like to see that. I mean, Timmy will drift off away from Malik and go do his thing, and sometimes we'll be together, and it's really fun to see them on the same field and playing together. So overall, it's been a good camp for them.
Next will be Kyle Bond from the Sporting News.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks, Greg, for your time. Appreciate it. It's been a while since you guys have had Tyler, Wes, and Eunice and Gio all together in a camp and for big competitive matches like this. How are they looking in training, and how do you foresee all of those pieces fitting together?
They're looking good. I think we're building everyone up to get to a good spot for Copa America. The best thing we can have is options. We know we're going to need to make changes in the games that we play. We know that we're playing against high-level opponents, and the more options we have, the more players we have at a high level, playing at a high level, the more chances of success that we have.
We'll go to Larry Henry Jr. from SBI Soccer.
Hey, Greg, thanks for the time. Just wanted to ask about Colombia and specifically. Obviously, they're right now the only team in World Cup qualifying in their group without a loss, which is pretty surprising considering Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. What stands out most to you about them? Obviously, we know the attacking talent they have, the veteran goalie in Espina, but what have you guys been breaking down in terms of the best way to get after them?
Yeah, I think it would be surprising until you start looking at their roster, and then you start looking at how they play and their commitment and their top quality. You look at their playmakers and Luis Diaz, and it's a tough group. They haven't gone 18 games undefeated for nothing. Really physical team, really strong defensively. What I really like is how they recover when pressure is broken. They get 7-8 guys back immediately in front of the penalty box to make it really difficult to penetrate. I'm really excited about this game. I think it's going to be a great test for us, and we're looking forward to a great crowd in D.C. tomorrow night.
All right, our last hand up is Andrew Jones.
Thank you, Michael. As always, Greg, just want to ask you just how the mentality of how the players are, how motivated they are wanting to win against anybody. Just your whole thoughts on that, as well as everyone else's fitness besides Josh for tomorrow.
We talk all the time about the opportunities to compete against the world's best, and in these two friendly games and in Copa America, we'll get that opportunity. And it's something we don't shy away from. We want to go out there and compete, and we want to be able to beat these teams. For us to reach our goals and to reach where we want to go to, we're going to have to beat teams of this caliber. So, that's our focus as we turn to these friendly games and more specifically Copa America.
Yes, welcome back to sunny Portugal. A beautiful weekend here for the Sir Bobby Robson Golf Weekend. Still going strong and raising money for an orphanage here in Portugal. Absolutely fantastic cause. I'm delighted to say I'm joined now by one of the great managers of all time. Former Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Ajax, Manchester United, the Netherlands. I could go on. Mr. Louis van Gaal. Fantastic to see you, Louis. Fantastic to see you here. What a wonderful day and what a wonderful cause.
Always in paradise. Portugal is paradise. Gentle people, fantastic climate and good food.
And we're here supporting Sir Bobby. We can see his statue behind us. You have great memories of Sir Bobby?
Yes. I was his successor in Barcelona. And that was not nice for him because he was the champ. He won the cup, I believe. And then I'm the successor. So I could imagine that he was very angry, but he was not angry. He likes to assist me. So I was surprised, but he is a fantastic man. He is a very gentleman, hard worker, and not because he is dead, he was so.
There's so much I would like to ask you about. There's all of your former clubs. There's a big story there, but you've mentioned Barcelona, so we'll start with them. Xavi, a player you know very well, gave him his debut, I believe. He has gone, and they've replaced him there. What do you make of that?
Yeah, Barcelona, you have to make results. And I was my first year also the champ, and the second year also the champ, and the third year I was in the semi-final of the Champions League. But it's not enough. You have to win. And these kinds of clubs are like that. And maybe it's good, but I don't think so. But see on Sir Bobby Robson. He wins the championship and he has to go to another function in the club. That is also not logical.
Barcelona's very different, isn't it, like that? If you don't win La Liga, as Xavi has found, you're on your way. And Bayern Munich, similar, managerial change. Vincent Kompany from Burnley in the Championship. They've gone down from the Premier League. He gets the Bayern Munich job, a huge job in world football, which you know about. Were you surprised by that one?
Yes, I was really surprised because a lot of names were in the media, and these names were very high respected. And I think that Kompany is a new trainer coach with not so much experience. But they have asked a lot of coaches to come, and they didn't come. So that is not so nice for Bayern München, I think.
It'll be interesting to see. I must ask you about Manchester United as well. Erik ten Hag, a manager you know a lot about. He's, like you, former manager of Ajax as well, did a wonderful job at Ajax. Manchester United won the FA Cup as well, but still not sure about his future. We don't know if he's going to stay or if he's going to go. What are your thoughts? Do you think he should be given more time?
Yes, of course, but I need also more time at that time. I won also the FA Cup, and before me, 20 years, nobody has won the FA Cup. Now Erik is winning the FA Cup, and the first year also Champions League. So I don't think you have to sack him. He needs more time. But I can also be more critical. He has not done it fantastically. No, you can be with a lot of criticism, but he has also shown that he is a good manager.
It'd be interesting to see if he stays there. And there's another Dutch manager coming to Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp's gone. Arne Slot comes over. Big job for him now.
Yes, it's a big job because Jurgen Klopp has done it fantastically. So he is the successor. It's always more difficult. But he is a good trainer coach. I think at the moment he is with Peter Bos the best trainer coach from the Netherlands. And he was reachable. So that is also, he was at that time free. So I think Liverpool had made a very good choice.
Okay, Liverpool fans will be pleased to hear that. And I must ask you about the Netherlands as well. We're a week away from the Euros. Does your country that you've of course coached as well, do they have a chance?
Yeah, I think the Netherlands have always a chance. I have said that also in Qatar, and we were with the last 8, and we lost at penalties, and we never lose a game. So I think the Netherlands has always very good players, and England knows that players very well because a lot of players plays in the Premier League. But not only Premier League, also in Bayern München and also in Paris Saint-Germain and in that kind of club, Barcelona. So we have a chance, but you are always dependable of the fitness of the players. And the players has to play nowadays a lot of matches. And nobody is fit at the end of the season. So you need also luck. I had in Qatar, I think 4 players injured during the championship, and that is too much.
Do you think they need to change things? Is it too much football?
I think that you have to change the championships in less matches. Because you see now that a lot of players are injured. And that is not what I like.
I've got to ask you finally, I know you're looking very well, you're spending time with your family. Yeah. We miss seeing Louis van Gaal on the touchline. Were you going to see that again anytime?
No, you have to follow me as a golf player. That's better, I think.
Fantastic to see you. Thank you so much for spending time with us. That's the wonderful Louis van Gaal, who's back in Netherlands to do okay at this Euros coming up, and also on a slot to do a decent job at Liverpool.
England were beaten by Iceland at Wembley last night as their big Euro send-off fell very, very flat. In fact, they were booed off by a section of the fans at Wembley.
Yeah, have a look at this. The ghosts of Euro 2016, 8 years on from that famous defeat which saw England knocked out of the Euros that year. The ghosts of Iceland haunted Harry Kane and co once again.
Yeah, England forward Anthony Gordon described the result as a wake-up call, and with just 8 days until England's opening game against Serbia, manager Gareth Southgate warned his players they must improve.
Any sort of complacency that talent is going to get us, you know, this trophy, and that we only have to sort of stroll in. I mean, football is not like that. You've got to be spot on in every aspect of the game to win any game at this level, and we were a long way short of that tonight. And you know, Iceland deserved their win. They had a couple of other chances on the break that we didn't deal with. So I think it really focuses our minds to drive the team over the next week. No qualms with the supporters' reaction. You know, to have the fans with you here obviously makes a massive difference. But you have to give them enough goalmouth action. You have to play well enough, press and win the ball with intensity to keep them with you during the game. And tonight we didn't do that, so we have to accept the reaction as it was.
We got a bit of a smack in the nose. I don't think, obviously, we're England, we've got some very good players out on the pitch. We don't expect to lose these games. So it's a bit of a smack in the nose and maybe a little wake-up call.
What have the boys said to each other after there? Has it damaged confidence at all?
No way. I think it's good practice, you know. It doesn't matter unless we do in the tournament. The tournament's where it matters, and that's when we'll do it.
Now, the England captain, Harry Kane, said this about the performance on social media. He said, "Not how we wanted to sign off for the Euros, but loads to learn from, and we'll get stronger. Get behind the lads and we'll see you in Germany." He ended it with 3 lion emojis.
I think we need some reaction, don't you, to last night's game? Our senior reporter Rob Dorset is at Wembley Stadium for us this morning, and just behind us in the big screen. Hello, Rob, you were at the game last night. How concerning was last night's defeat?
Where do you start? Listen, not since 1968 have England lost their final warm-up game before a major tournament. That puts it into context a little bit for you. And this was against a side ranked 72 in the FIFA World Rankings. Uzbekistan, the United Arab Emirates and Cape Verde are ranked above Iceland in the FIFA World Rankings, and England lost 1-0. It should have been more. There were clear-cut chances that Iceland didn't take, and I don't think I'd seen such levels of optimism amongst England's supporters, and indeed from pundits on Sky Sports and elsewhere, after Gareth Southgate named his squad for the Euros on Thursday I should say, Thursday tea time. The reality is now, I don't think I've ever seen an England squad this underprepared, this ill-prepared before a major tournament. It's a day off for the players and the staff today. Gareth Southgate decided to give the players the chance to go and spend some time with their families and reflect and recover a little bit before the long haul out in Germany. But that first game in Group C against Serbia is just 8 days away now, and Gareth Southgate probably has some major headaches. There are real problems for England going into this tournament.
You say major headaches there, Rob. There's lots of talk about England's defensive frailties going in to the Euros, and their two centre-backs last night, they both picked up knocks, didn't they? What's the latest on them?
Yeah, look, England's defence has been a problem in every single tournament.
bring down Pulisic just on halfway.
This guy just doing great, moving his feet, just trying to stay in front of DSD. Is so tricky, so dynamic, and just trying to force him to play negative. And then
At the back by Munoz. All the way out towards Tim Ream.
right there, Anthony Robinson, it was a good entry ball, but Gio Reyna, they got to get him some touches. Just playing that 5-yard ball, just get him into the game a little bit.